This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2023 Forest River Salem Platinum travel trailer. And the model number is 26DBUDX. Okay. It's not a floor plan video, it's a how-to video, so I'm just going to show you some of the features, okay? Alright. This has got the new quick drop jacks on it, so they drop down low to the ground and then you just crank them from there. It makes it real, you don't have to do all the cranking all the way, so they're pretty cool. Of course, all four of them are quick drop. You can still use a drill with a socket on it if you choose to, but of course you get a crank with it also. So those are quick drop jacks. Okay, now you have a power awning, a big one with a LED strip, of course. This door goes right into the bathroom, so people won't have to run through your trailer, kids and guests and what have you, so it makes it real convenient right here. We'll talk more about that when we get inside. You have outside speakers, of course. This is your fresh water tank fill. Now, the most common way to get water to the trailer, of course, is the city water hookup. That's, you know, that's almost always how it's done. But if you're boondocking somewhere, or you're just someplace that doesn't have city water, you can pre-fill your tank and then use the onboard pump inside to pump the water. So I'll show you where the switch is for the pump when we get in there. And, of course, I'll show you the city fill. That's on the other side. Okay? This is just a TV signal out, right? And power, so you could put a TV out here if you chose to. Furnace vent. This is a sprayer port right here. So you get a coiled sprayer and it can plug right in there. Now here, before I drop this down, I want you to see that it's hot. There's a quick connect LP fitting right there, right? The reason it's there is because this griddle needs to be plugged in. Let me see if I can find the hose for it. So the hose is right here, the quick connect hose, and of course there's your sprayer there. But that hose will plug in the back, right? And then you plug it in to the quick connect underneath. So you're basically connected right to the LP system in the trailer. So keep that in mind. Okay. Front pass-through storage. That is a dump hose, and there's a reducer for your shore cord. Of course, you have two cranks here. The larger crank is for your stabilizer jacks. The smaller crank right here, silver one, is for your power tongue jack. In case it happens to fail, you can always get hitched and unhitched. You just pull this rubber plug, put the crank on there, and you can crank it manually. Okay. You have two LP tanks, full. You get an automatic changeover regulator, deep cycle marine battery, and there's the kill switch for the battery, so you can disconnect it if you choose to. Now over here is your solar controller. It's kind of hard to get to with the camera, so I'll do the best I can. You can see right there, the only button you really have to worry about is the top right one. I don't know if you can see this very well. Right now it's 13.7 volts. That's what's in your system. Right now we're gaining 5.8 amps from the sun. So the solar panels converting the sunlight to 5.8, 5.9 amps and sending it to your battery for storage. Okay, 7.0 amp hours and back to 13.8, 13.7 volts storage, which is perfect. Okay. If this starts flashing, I think it says FUL and it flashes, but if it's just flashing and you can't select any of the three readouts, it's telling you that it's full, meaning there's no more storage room in the battery, so it's not converting anything at this point. After the level in the battery drops, it'll go right back to normal, okay? So the battery's already been selected for a wet battery, which you have in here, so you just worry about the button on the right side upper, okay? And you can, like I said, from voltage to amps gained from the sun to amp hours in storage, okay? All right. Very simple. Okay, so let's go down here. So you have dump valves here, of course. Two gray and a black. Gray is sink and shower water, obviously. The gray is toilet water and waste. With the gray, or with the black I mean, you have a black tank flush right here. So after you dump the black tank, you leave the valve open. You have to leave the valve open, like it states right here. You put the hose on here, you turn it on, it'll spray out the inside of your black tank, flush it out, clean off the sensors, so it's a good thing to do. If you got a working hose at the dump station, it's a good thing to do. Okay, this is your city water hookup right here. That's the most common way to get water to the trailer. We talked about that. This is just cable, satellite, and campground cable and satellite through right here. This is your 30 amp, 30-foot power cord. We give you a reducer up in the, you set up in the front compartment. That'll reduce it down to a 20 amp plug if you need to plug this in at home to pack and that sort of thing. Okay, your water heater works on both gas and electric. Let me get that off of there. So right here, there's a rocker switch, if you can see that in the lower left-hand corner. That rocker switch controls the electric heating element that's behind that cover. So keep in mind that that's where you would turn the electric heating element on. There's a switch inside for the gas. I'll show you that. But to control the heating element, it's right there. Now, this is where you drain it right here. That's a drain plug / anode rod. It takes 1 1/16" 6-point socket. Never let it out where there's, or pull it out when there's pressure in it. Always relieve the pressure. Right? Okay. Right now it's empty. It's empty and it's bypassed. That's because it's winterized. The reason I was telling you about the switch and shutting it off, everything off, make sure you never run the heating element or the gas without water in the tank. Right now the trailer's winterized, so there's no water in the tank, right? Just make sure your valves are in the right position, which the valves are on the back of the water heater, and you have water in it before you turn it on, okay? That's important. You'd be surprised how many people don't do that. This housing up here tells us it's pre-wired for a backup camera, so that's a Furrion backup camera. You can add to that if you choose to. While we're looking up here, keep in mind the manufacturer states you should inspect your roof every 60 days. So you're just looking for cracking or separation at the sealant. You're looking for damage to the roofing material or roofing attachments by, let's say, low branches or road debris. You're just looking it over, make sure it's in good shape. You're just protecting your investment. So roof inspection should be part of your regular maintenance. Okay? If you see an issue, take care of it immediately. These are your keys here. Okay, so this light switch is a dimmer switch. You just rub your thumb over it like that. Okay, you do have 2 switches here. You have your awning switch, and let's do it this way. You can see the awning. It's very simple. Never leave the awning out unattended. If you're not at the campsite, roll it in so it doesn't get damaged. This is your slide out switch here. This is your water pump. I told you can pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. That's where you turn the pump on. That pump is also used for winterizing the trailer. Light your water heater on gas is right here. Remember the electric switch is in the lower left hand corner on the outside. Don't run it without water in it. Your levels, battery's charged, fresh water's empty, black and both grays are empty. They graduate up in 1/3 increments. Once you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping the gray in the black tank, of course. All right. Your TV backer is right here for a TV bracket, plus there's storage behind here. This is your digital signal booster for the antenna, so you can shut it off if you want, but if you want to get a good picture, you have to have it on like that, or else it'll lock up and you'll get digital noise and that sort of thing. So keep that in mind. It will hook right to this one. Your coax on your TV will hook right to this one. That's auxiliary satellite there. You just use this one here and make sure that this is on. All this is telling us is that this is pre-prepped for a public Wi-Fi extender, which consists of an antenna on the roof and a router here. It also has I believe it has well, anyway, I'm not going to say any more about that. The main use people use it for is the Wi-Fi booster. Like I said, you would hook all your family's devices to the router, and then the router would just be hooked to the outside world, so to speak. If you're interested in that, go to kingconnect.com and you can see what kind of package they have for pre-wired trailers. It would consist, like I said, of an antenna on the roof and a router. That's all that is, okay? So you know. Okay. So the fireplace, that you have two remotes here. This one's the fireplace remote. So let me see with the light coming in if we can actually see the screen on it. It doesn't look like it. No, you can't see it very well at all. So anyway, you can select temperature, fan speed. Right now the fan is on high, it's kicking out. Normally you'll be able to see the LED, but the sun is, the way it's hitting you can't see it right now. So keep that in mind. I'll back it down. It goes from low to high. Then also you can change the appearance of the fire, like so. So it also has a timer on it, so you can turn it on, set it to come on and off as you choose. So that's the remote for it. The other remote is right here for your sound bar. The sound bar has FM radio. Okay, it has a USB, so you can stream off USB. HDMI is an in. If you want to go into the system with, let's say, a portable Blu-ray player or something like that, you can go right in there. You have Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet. Like I said, FM radio. Also, you have two speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So there's a lot you can do with it. It sounds pretty decent for a trailer, you know. So, okay. Okay, moving this way. This is all your literature here. Okay. Let me just look outside real quick here for 1 second. Yeah, I didn't show you, but this right here on the outside is your vent for your range hood. Okay. Inside there's a baffle, so you have to reach up inside and snap the baffle free with your thumb or index finger, so the baffle flaps freely. If you're venting to the outside. So if you're using the fan here, you want that baffle flapping freely so that it actually makes its way outside, right? When you're not using it, if you're traveling or in storage, you can just snap the baffle shut. Okay. All right, that's important if you use that sort of thing a lot. Microwave is the same as any other microwave. Let me see. I'm not sure if he's got the gas on or not. Let me see. Anyway, you have 3 knobs here for the 3 burners. This one is a sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark the oven and the range. And this one is for the oven right here. So I should say oven and burner. So let me see what we got here. I don't know if he's got it on. If he disconnected it, there will be air in the line. So you have to work through it. I think this is probably shut off. Let me see here. Yeah, so let's go outside and see what's happening. Okay, so we'll go up here. We can unscrew this, or loosen this, I should say, so you can push this forward. Alright, let's try it again. There we go. And make sure they're on. Okay. And then we'll close it back up. Okay. So it takes time to because they were just changed out, to work the gas up to that spot. Once you start using it, it'll light the first click. And so let's work the gas up again, see if we can get it here. If not, I'm not going to mess with it. I can hear it. There it goes. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'll shut it off and it'll light immediately now. See, you just have to get the gas out of the line, or the air out of the line when you hook up a tank. Okay, so the oven, there's a pilot light at the bottom all the way to the back. So you just go to the oven knob, you go to the picture of the flame, you depress it. You keep it depressed during the whole lighting procedure. You spark it by turning that clockwise till you see the pilot light back there light. Once it lights, you still hold this for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. And then when you do, you just go to operating temperature. When you shut it off, the pilot light goes out, so you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay, next is the refrigerator. This is a 12 volt DC compressor refrigerator, so it runs on 12 volt DC. Okay, speaking of 12 volt DC, this is the power converter down here. So basically when you're plugged in, these are 110 amp, or 110 AC circuit breakers, 110 volt, and they're all labeled here. These are just like you'd have at home. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC here. So you've got 12 volt fuses and they're all labeled, right? So the power is converted from AC to DC on this side. Also, this is a battery tender. So as long as you're plugged in, it'll sense how much energy your battery up front needs and has. And if it's topped off, it'll just trickle a couple amps up there. If it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs to keep it charged. That's as long as you're plugged in, right? When you're towing down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator will charge it. And of course, when you're just sitting in the sun, your solar panel charges. So 3 ways to charge the battery, okay? That's the power converter. Now this device here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. See, it says CO2 and LP. If it goes off, you open the door, take everybody outside, shut the appliances off, shut the gas off at the front and figure out what's going on, okay? It should always be green. If it's not green, get it serviced because it's an important safety device, okay? So if it's not green, you'll just get a new one basically, or have somebody look at it to make sure it didn't come loose or something like that, okay? This is your thermostat. It works like all thermostats. You hit the mode bar, light it up, and they just keep hitting it and go through all the different options. Okay, so you can drop this tabletop, turn this into a bed. You can jackknife this couch flat and turn it into a bed. This piece comes off. You can move it around. Okay, so that's cool. You have 2 bunks here. Your let's see, your water heater will be all the way in the corner. So you pull this mattress out, you'll be able to unscrew the wood, and you'll access your water heater back there. In the bathroom here, obviously the sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. Okay, this is a GFCI plug here. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI. So if the one outside pops, you're going to reset it in here. The toilet is an RV toilet, so you have to remember that it sits right over a black tank. That's antifreeze in there right now because it's winterized. You have a flush pedal right here. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. Then you're going to come in here, dump a dose of chemical right in the bowl. Then you'll step on the pedal and hold it down until at least a gallon of water goes into the tank. And then you're ready to use it. You can't use it dry because if you do it, it'll get clogged up. Also, it can get, it'll smell super bad if you don't have any chemical and water in there. So you never run it dry. Always start off with chemical and water. Okay? Also, let's see what else we have here. This is obviously the bedroom. There's storage in these little bins underneath, so you got storage under there. You can pull this up if you want to. This is your emergency window right here. You push this all the way through, and then grab a hold of the screen with this red tab and pull the screen out. You can escape. You have the same thing over the rear bunk, the exact same window. So there's 2 emergency escapes on it. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. You have TV hookup here and a backer plate, so you put a bracket for a TV there. Just make sure you get the one that tilts forward so you can see it while you're laying in bed. So that's where it would go right there. And of course a closet, which is rare to have this much closet space in a trailer, but you got it, so it's nice. Okay, so let me look around and see if I forgot anything here. Let me see. Okay, I think I did. So, alright, so first of all, thanks for buying your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Second of all, remember what I said about inspecting the roof regularly. That's part of owning the trailer. It should be a part of your basic maintenance, right? Also, right now this trailer is winterized, so the water's been purged from the system and replaced with antifreeze, right? The water heater is empty and it's in bypass mode. So make sure you don't run the water heater without water in the tank, okay? Or else otherwise you'll damage it, okay? Thank you.